You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's ZENNI.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. A couple of days away from a New Year's Eve celebration. Do you celebrate like I do and my wife? Many years we end up on the sofa, the dogs and the cat and Ryan Seacrest and rocking New Year's Eve and we're ready to go. And then a couple hours later we wake up and go, oh, they dropped the ball. Happy New Year. Kiss, kiss. Let's go to bed. Why do I think I'm not the only one that does that? So you are here today living in a certain place, a certain way today, and you have decided you want to make a change. It's a new year, why not, right? But how do you get from here to there? It's kind of scary. What happens on this side? What happens on that side? And that big scary thing called a gap in the middle. How do we get across the gap? We build a bridge. And that's what we'll talk about today. How are you? Hey, have you got my Perfect Week Planner yet? Go to perfectweekplanner.com. Download that puppy. If you want to take hold of your space, in other words, control your time around you and not be beholden to other people, really, truly take control of your time and what you want to do with your world, go get it. It'll teach you how. It's a one-page PDF. Be sure to watch the 12-minute video. It'll explain the theory behind doing it, and then do it a couple of times. It'll change your world, I promise. How are you? My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com, wrapping up the new year, almost. Kind of crazy. I do 260 podcast episodes every single year. We've been doing this since 2006. And every single year at this time, I'm like, man, I am worn out. I've worn out from 260 episodes and all the stuff we do all year long. But it's pretty crazy because as I wrap the year up, and then I get in, it becomes January 1st, and it's like, boom, I get all recharged. I'm ready for a brand new year. It's crazy how your mind just does that. But today, if I'm honest, a little bit like, been a long year. Next year, of course, we're going to 5,000 episodes. The countdown to 5,000 begins New Year's Day. That's about 263 episodes to go to wrap up the year at 5,000, my original goal. When I get to the end, what will I do? I'll talk about that very soon, but not today. Let's talk about getting what you want. So in my world, the world I live in, personal growth world, see, I always come down to, I work with business people, I work with entrepreneurs, I work with people. And typically when I work with a business, yes, I help their business grow, I help them scale, I do all that kind of stuff. But honestly, I'm working on the mind. I'm working with the human that's running the business. So to me, I just work with humans all day long. There are a few dogs I work with as well, but they're human to me, you know? But we're always helping people change. Be happy, move forward, get what they want. Always never-ending change until the day you die, and even death is a change, isn't it? But people come all the time and they say, Scott, here's where I am. I want to change, and it should be easy. It feels like it ought to be easy. Figure out what you want and change it. That's it, right? Pretty straightforward. And then they're all like, yeah, right, no way. And they laugh at me like, are you kidding me? Why can't I do it? So let's back up a little bit here, because I see folks who always fail, and they fail, they stumble, they bumble. We do that a lot, but sometimes you can avoid that, and I'm going to teach you how to avoid that today. Because I'll get folks that maybe they've been at a career for 20 years, and they'll come to me and they'll say, Scott, I've decided I'm done with my career. I want to move on to something else. This is what I want to do. I'm ready to go. Let's go. I said, good, let's do it. Well, I can't because, gosh, I don't know. What if I fail? The big question, right? So, yeah, well, let's do some math here. Let's take an inventory. Without asking about how much money you have, I will say, how long can you last? If it didn't work out and you couldn't earn any money from it and it just fell apart completely, how long could you last out there in the wild on your new thing? Well, do I have to include my retirement? Yeah, everything you've got. How long could you last? If it's your dream, you're going to go for it, right? How long could you last? And I'll be honest with you. A lot of people come back and say, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 months. Some people say 2 months. You're not ready. If they say 5 years, I say, well, let's go for it. Give it a year, see what happens. So what do we have to do? Well, to make this happen, if you want to go from here to there, and this is basic common sense, and you might not like it, because what I'm going to tell you right now is to build your foundation. So we're talking about building a bridge. So I want you to imagine you're out at the Colorado River, the Hoover Dam. If you've never been there, just look up. You'll see a bridge that goes across the entire Colorado River Canyon, the Grand Canyon, I guess it's called. It goes across there, and it's a bypass around the dam. So I was out there when they were building it, and when you looked up there, what you saw was they were building the first foundation. This is where you are today, your home foundation. This is where you're starting today. It's messy because the foundation's got water and cement and mud and dirt and exhaust all over the place from all the trucks and everything. It's really messy there, but still, they got to build a good foundation, don't they? Your life today may be kind of messy, but you got to build a good foundation. Maslow's hierarchy of needs tells us if you can't feed yourself, if you can't take care of yourself, if you don't have safety and security, if you don't have all the basics of life covered, you can't get the other stuff. You can get it temporarily, yes, but you can't hold on to it. You got to be solid in your foundation. If you haven't looked into Maslow, or it's maybe been 40 years since you were in college and did it, go look it up again. It's just common sense. You got to have the basis and the basics covered. That's where you are first. Now, if you look back up at that bridge, you'll see on the other side of it, all the way across the canyon, you'll see they're building another foundation. It looks the same. It's muddy. It's messy. It's dirty. It's exhausty. It's crazy stuff. This foundation's being built. Now, metaphorically, what is that? Well, if today's foundation is you building a solid foundation today, that's your future foundation. What do you do with your future foundation? Well, today's foundation is making sure you're solid so you can make the journey. The future foundation is getting ready to do what you're going to do when you get there. What does that mean? Well, say you want to be a nurse, change careers. You might want to go to school. You might want to start taking some classes. Say you want to be a pilot. You might start taking some flight school and start flying airplanes. Whatever you're going to do, it's going to take you some time to get there. It'll take you time to master that skill to get to the point where you actually live that life. So while you're solid today, you're slowing your roll just a little bit and you're getting ready for tomorrow. This is nothing you haven't done before. You have done this 1,000 times before. I'm just saying be smart about it. So on this side, we've got the foundation, which is, boring and basic, and it's got a lot of certainty. And it's like, okay, it's cool. It may not be perfect, but you know it's good. Get it good. And then reach out when you have some spare time on the weekends and at night and study and start moving yourself in the new direction. It'll be there faster than you think. So what do we do when we built both foundations? We're solid here, and we feel like we're about ready to go. Step number 3.
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Once the foundations are built on any bridge, you'll see they don't just pop the center span in. They start building from each foundation out. They lay a piece of road and another piece of road, and they kind of push it toward the center until there's really just a very small gap there. That's what you're going to be doing. As you build the foundation here and the future foundation, you will be realizing you're about ready to leave the past behind. but you're going to feel different now because what's happened? Well, you're solid where you are. You've saved some money. You feel pretty good. You've taken care of things that need to be taken care of. And the future foundation that you're building, you now are confident in what you're going to do. You can feel it. You can see it. You're actually making progress there. Maybe you're ready to start your new job. You're at least 70 or 80% to your goal. You don't want to wait much longer than that. 70% seems to be the number. When you get that close, it's time to cut. Time to make the leap from one foundation across that brand new bridge you built to the new foundation and leave the rest behind. That's what I'm thinking. A client right now who said, yes, Scott, but what I would do is as soon as I cross the bridge, I'd blow the bridge up so I could never go back. And that burn the boats, right, as I say. I'm not sure that's a bad idea, but I don't think it's a necessary idea because what I know is this. Once you build your compelling future from where you are and you make the journey and you begin to live it, you won't look back again. It's just to be a fond memory and you'll be moving forward from that point on. So build your bridge. Yes, it takes a little bit of time. Yes, it takes a little bit of perseverance. Yes, it takes some patience, but that is life and that's how it works. You know it and I know it. Shortcuts tend to result in detours, and detours take longer. We don't take shortcuts. We just go the most direct path, and we take our time. Coming up tomorrow, thriving in modern times. Going to compare and contrast what it used to be like a very long time ago, maybe 200 years ago, and what it is today, so we can wake you up a little bit, because life is actually a whole lot better than it used to be, with a lot more opportunities that you never had before. And then, of course, get into the weekend. And next week, we start the brand new year. Woohoo! And a countdown to 5,000 Daily Boost episodes. Go get my Perfect Week Planner, perfectweekplanner.com. You'll appreciate it. I know you will. And I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Daily Boost.